Vakratunda Mahakaya Bodhisurya Samabhrabha Nirviknam Urumedeva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryan Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Navidvishavahai Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Asadoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti. Whenever I start to overwork, and that Shanti, Shanti, Shanti together with it. Okay? Jaganam Bhat. Jaganati Sukhavadi. Jaganati Jesharajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashranam Otirhisira Sadanam Together. Om Namo Brahmane Namo Astvagnaye Namo Astvagnaye Namo Astvagnaye
Namah Prithivyaye.
Ushadivya.
Nama Oshadibhyaha. Namo Vache.
Ajaspatale.
Namo Vachaspataye.
Vishnave.
Namo Vishnave.
Te karumi.
Mahate Karomi.
Together.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om
Shanto Mitrapa.
Shanno Mitraha Sham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatkavyama Shamna Indro
Aspati.
Brihaspatihi Shanno
Vishnu Rugramaha.
Vishnururokramaha Namo Brahmane
Namaste Vayu.
Namaste Vayu
Tvameva Pratyaksha.
Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham
Amadeshyami.
Brahma Bhavishyami
Vadeshyami.
Ridam Vadishyami
Vadeshyami.
Satyam Vadishyami
Mamavat.
Anima Bhavatu Tat Bhaktaram Avatu Avatu Ma Avatu Bhaktaram Oh Shanti 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 Om
Yashchandasa.
Yaschandasa Isha Om Vishvarupaha Chandro Hyo Tyamrita Sambhavuva Samitro
Tayasunatu.
Nethaya Asprenotu
Kritasya.
Amritasya Devadharano
Vyasa.
Uyasam Shariram Me
Jashana.
Visharshanam
Chivame.
Chitsvame
Dama.
Madhumatama
Pya.
Karnaabhyam
Vishruva.
Uri Vishrubam
Anak. Shubhusi.
Pranavana Goshosi
Tayamita.
Medhaya Pitaha
Vedaya.
Shrutam Me Gopaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Satram Karpe
Bhadram Karnidhi
Yamade
Shrunuyama Devaha
Pashema
Bhadram Pashima Akshavirya Chatraha
Stirairakai
Sthirairangai
Ma
Stushtovagam Sasanobhi
Yashemati Vadita
Yashema Devahitam
Yadai
Yadayu
Vastina Indro
Swastina Indro
Shavad
Vritashravaha
Vastina Ka
Swastina Vosha
Vedara
Vishvavedaha
Vastina Staj
Swastina Starkshyo
Varishkaneni
Arishtanevihi
Vastina
Swastino
Dadhan
Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Guru Stotram Guru Stotram Guru Brahma
Gurur Brahma
Vishnu
Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sash
Tasmai Shakti
Tasmai Shri
Rave Nama
Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena
Tasmai Shakti
Tasmai Shri
Nama
Gurave Namaha
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Wherever I toss together. Okay.
Ajnana Timiranghasya
Jana
Jnananjana
Gaya
Shalakaya Chakshura
Vidita Ena
Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Savaram
Gam Divyatam
Jangramam Vyaptam
Krishna
Yena Krishnam Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Chitrupena
Chitrupena
Yatam
Parivyaktam Ailokyam
Chalacha
Characharam
Padam
Tatpadam darshitam yena Sai Shri Gurave Namaha
Sarvashri
Sarvashruti Shiroratna
Asita
Samudbhasita Murtaye
Dantam Puja
Vedantam Guja Suryaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Swadasha
Shashvata Shanto
Matito
Vyomatito Niranjanaha
Nada
Pindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Jnana Shakti
Jnana Shakti Samarudhaha
Vamana
Tattvamala Vibhushita
Vimukti
Mukti Mukti
Data
Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Aneka Chiva
Aneka Janma Samprapta Karmilhana Vidahine
Majnana
Atmajnanagni Danena Shri Gurave Namaha
Shoshana
Shoshanam Bhagavat Sindhu Shra Rapanam Sara Sampadaha
Syapandrudakam
Yasya Padodagam
Ya
Samyak Sai Shri Gurave Namaha Naham
Achikam Tattva
Adhikam Tattva Nagurur
Achikam Dhamma
Adhikam Davaha Tattva Jnana
Ste
Paramasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Annatha Shri
Annadaha Shri Jagannatho
Guru Shri
Matguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma
Dhamma
Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Radhi
Guru Hari
Adishta
Anadishya Guru
Paramataiva
Paramadaivatam Guru
Manataram Nasti
Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Brahmanandam
Brahmanandam
Sukhatam
Paramasukadam Kevalam
Jnanamurti
Jnanamurtir
Vatītam
Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham
Svamasyādi
Tatsvamasyadi
Lakshya
Lakshyam
Eka Nityam
Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi
Sakshit
Sakshibhutam
Bhavadita
Bhavaditam
Aranita
Trigunarahitam Satgurum
Namahi
Tam Namami
Nirvana Sukatam Nirvana Sukatam Mano Frutya Anpadaya
Manu Kutya Ankara
Nama
Chittani Naham
Jasrodradikve
Nanchashro Hachive
Janasrana Netre
Nanchakrahamindre
Vyoma Bhuvir
Nachafyo Maghumir
Tejo Navaya
Nalayecho Navayu Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham
Nachaprana Samyo
Anachaprana Samyo
Shavai
Navai Panchavayu
Vasa
Navasaptadhatu
Chakosha
Navapanchakoshaha
Manipadam
Navapanipadam
Supastravai
Nakshopastavayu
Chidanam
Chidanandarupaha
Shivam
Shivoham Shivoham
Namedveshanagavur
Namedvesharagavu
Namedo Karohav
Namelo Hamohau
Naiva Vedaiva
Madhunaiva Menaiva
Sarya Bhava
Masaira Bhavaha
Nachato
Nantarumo Nachato
Namu Nakuksha
Nakamo Namoksha Chidanandarupaha
Shiva
Shivoham Shivoham
Yam Papam
Napunyam Napapam
Sakyam Nasu
Nasaukyam Nadukham
Namaskaru Nadirtham
Namantro Natirtam
Dhanavya
Navedanayatnyaha
Pankochanam Daiva
Aham Ojanam Naiva Ojam Nabhokta Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham
Namrityaviva Shanka
Namrityur Nashanka
Vejatita
Name Jati Vedaha
me naiva.
Pita naiva me naiva. Mata na janma. Napantura mitram.
Naiva shishya.
Guru naiva shishyaha. Shidananda rupaha. Shivoham shivoham. Aham nirvikalpo. Nirakara rupo. Vipum tvacha sarvatra. Sarvendriyanam.
Naiva.
Navasangatam naiva.
Nameya.
Muktir nameyaha. Chidanandarupaha. Shivoham shivoham.
Maybe I was planning to tell on a different story. Then I'm thinking this story is useful. Modern days, our lifestyle becomes totally different. Our definition about the happiness is totally different. There is no morality. There is no values for the family or the relationship between brother and sister or in between brothers or sisters, parents, like that. So, on this idea, I want to share one beautiful story. In a Jake's Shala, so I told that story because it's very suitable, very useful also. One day, one rich man has gone to the flower shop because next day his mother's birthday. So he wants to send the flowers to his mom. He asked the flower man, what is the cost of this flower? And she said, 20 euros. Sorry, $20. How long it can be very fresh? 3, 4 days. Do you have more superior quality? He said, yes. What is the cost? $14. How many days? 10 days fresh. You have more good quality? Yes, of course. One more quality we have. How long can stay with become like very fresh? He said maybe 20 days, 3 weeks, no problem. Good. You have more good quality? No, you cannot find anywhere in this city. And what is the cost? $100. Good. So I will give you the address. Can you send it by courier? Of course, no problem. Then he started to think, maybe courier did not reach in time. Not a good idea. He said, can you send by taxi? Of course, if you are ready to give the money, we are ready to give you service. And what is the cost of it? Extra $500. Okay, no problem. So he has given the address. And then he put the what's the floor everything and he told it has to reach in time. No problem, sir, with it. He paid everything. And when he was ready to come outside from that flower shop, one small baby girl, approximately 8 years or 10 years, girl was waiting. When he comes, she's asking that rich man, help, may I get $1 from you? He says, why? I want to buy one fresh red rose. I will pay you $10. I will give you $10. You buy 10 roses. No, only one rose is enough. I people pay for you. I no uncle. I want to have only one fresh red rose. That is enough. Okay, as you wish. He paid $1 the flower man. He has given one fresh red rose. But after receiving that, immediately she said thanks to this rich guy. She don't know who is rich. Thank you, uncle. Thank you so much. And she crossed the road very badly, and she was keep running. And then the rich guy was keep following her. Keep running, baby. Stop! I will help you to reach your home. You are running very badly. There is much traffic, so this is not safe. So I will help you. She was not ready to listen to his words. She was keep running, and he was keep following. Finally, she reached one strange place, a cemetery, where they are burning our dead body or putting that place. She reached, and she sit in one place. It looks like a fresh, maybe 4 or 5 months back, someone died. And she put the red rose there, and she started to pray about every year. We were celebrating together your birthday. Every year we were giving you trust to me. But this year, without you, I'm celebrating your birthday. I don't have money, but when uncle has given this, always you like fresh red rose. That is why I'm giving this one. Wherever you are, please accept this small gift and bless me. She was doing this prayer. The rich man was looking at everything very seriously. Oh, look at that. He realized his mistakes, and immediately she went to the flower shop. There is my flower. Said it is ready to dispatch. Taxi will come in a few minutes. Cancel the tax. Give the flower. It's why I want to be my home. And he's given them flowers. And he told to the driver, please drive the car to the, my mother's suitcase. He said, okay. But his personal secretary said, sir, today we have important 4 meetings. Very important for us, for our company. Please don't cancel it. He said, no, please get signed. We are losing a lot of business on there. No problem. If they hide us, they're funny. But to be more than that, this work is important. Please cancel all my videos. And the reason is mom, mother's place, and your mom that way, and mother that way. And immediately she replied, hey boy, why you are here? Every year must sending the flowers. That was enough. Why you are here? There is no words from him. Because he don't have any type of morality to answer. Again, she replied, you are so busy. You are a big businessman. Every day, without fail, you are setting the flowers. That was enough for me. What you are talking about? He said, I'm very sorry. I did not realize all these things. To me, each and every minute was important. Each and every minute I was thinking about money and the time, business. More than my wife, more than my children, that was a minute for me. But today, I realize more than that, there is something good. That is good. Knowingly or unknowingly, definitely I learned. I made many mistakes. This technology is for that. I today onwards, don't stay in old baby's house. flower next saving us. Whatever it happened is over. This exact everything come and stay with us. And she said, nothing to worry, I am happy here. Every month you are setting company. It is enough more than that. I'm not expecting anything. Stay with what family happily. He said, my family. It's you are also part of my family. Sorry, mom. Whatever it happens in between me and you or my wife and you, just started it. We will start a new life. Then she's running with in theirs, living together and being future. Why I put this is many times after finding the job, after having beauty, power, money, everything, we are keep ignoring our parents. That is not correct. Our parents are like the root of that tree. If we cut the root of that tree, beautiful flowers, leaves, fruits, it cannot come. Then the trees die. We will die. So, at any cost, this or to disconnect your connection with your family. I can understand what is worship. Everything is true. We have a word, we have work, the money, we have to support each and everyone. Responsibilities are there. But more than that, there are some values. Family is important. Please give priority for your family. Reserve every day for 2 minutes for your family. Wherever if you are, now the world becomes very small after having the lot of technologies. Wherever if you are, please to once a day. Otherwise, at least to once a week. Call your parents. Ask for hello, how are you? And it's respond with you because we need help like that. That brings a lot of happiness. Maybe they are not expecting anything from you, but at least beautifully some words. Definitely you can exchange. So whenever you are celebrating your birthday or your wedding ceremony, and anniversary or children, please come closer. Don't take family in so many husband, wife, and children. And the parents also, brothers also, sisters also. They will do so for happiness. Nowadays, look, everyone working, earning for money. No happiness in that face. We are thinking, sorry, we are working for tomorrow. There is no guarantee what happens in our life next minute. So try to be happy, try to useful for everyone. God has given human life that is not easy to get. After having that, please do some good things. In Kujamurindam Shloka, Shankaracharya said, Yavat Viddo Pachana Sattva Tavan Vicha Parivaro Gaddahanam Paschal Jivati Charjarate Vartam Gopina Prichati. When you are earning the money, when you are able to take care of yourself, all the family members, relatives, relatives, everyone they are feeling now who are you doing anything. पश्चात जीवति it. When the sickness enters, when you stop your earnings, when you start to depend on someone, nobody is asking anything. They want being in the disturbance. That is why earn will come back. If you take care of your base, सप्राप्ते सन्निहिते काले नश्यरक्षते when you are on that bed, when you start to counting your last breath, the last minutes of it, not in the ground controls, Your property, money, friends, valuations, nobody cuts anything. But you are good karma that they cannot be always. So when you are in good position, do some good karma. That helps a lot. So after having a lot of good karma, you probably have taken human birth. So don't waste it. Each and every minute is very important in our life. Use for good purpose. Beauty, money, power, whatever it is not permanent. Only few years, only few months back, I was talking about one of Guruji's old students. He was telling, lakshmish, we are old now. Because he's old. Almost, I think, 73, 72, something. We can't do as how practice like when we are young. So now this is the time to understand. Look the yoga in a very different way. Look the yoga in prana vision. Don't restrict just for asana, asana, asana. Maybe I hope Martin can agree with this. Can you show one person in this world after doing so many asana, one book of the enlightenment? One person. No. So look in a different way. Asana is very, very important, but more than that, other arts. Yama, Yama, all these things are important. What it says, oh, you should be in the society. I think it's Satya. It's about violence, it's not take the critic, slap it someone, punish it someone. No. Hurt it someone also. When they are already, I think that is also called violence. So nobody not giving permission to us to hurt anyone. So instinct in modern days, lifestyle totally is different. Wherever you are, please resolve on 30 minutes every week once. Call your parents, come over. They sacrifice many things for the children. Ask the examples here, what give me the truth. How much your happiness you sacrifice for your daughter.
Everything.
This is the fact. So in this age, when we maybe when you are and if you don't have the children, maybe you are not understanding. When you are having the children, then only you cannot speak properly. If you don't have a phone, parents they never want they wants to be with the children. So each and every minute in your life, parents sacrifice for the children. So keep it in your mind. We are also getting old one day. Today is our parents' time. Then after maybe 20, 30 years, our time also comes. So we are also becomes grandparents. If our children, if they are doing same things, why have us? So we should set the role model. We should set good things. We should show the good things to our children. How you should take care of your parents. Children are like today, they don't have anything to share. If we are giving beautiful shape, they are not beautiful. See, please try to understand. Reserve few minutes every week. I'm not telling I do not want to appreciate myself. Wherever I am, if I am in the word alive, without faith, minimum word times, minimum word times, I got in my mouth. But minimum one or two times, wherever. In case if I fail, you call my wife, was impossible. And funny because I lost my father almost 20 years back, 2014, I lost. So my mom is alive. So still, she because of me, she understand how to use WhatsApp. And she don't know how to use smartphone, but because of me, she knows that at that age, she's 77 now. So look, why they are learning at this age? Because our children should be happy after they are have certain voice. So this thing, do it correctly. In case if you did mistake unknowingly, if you hurt, you don't need to be shy. Just ask the apologies. Oh, Dad, I did this mistake. Very sorry. I hurt. Please give me the apologies. I don't want it. So openly tell them. Nothing easily. They are our parents. So please don't ignore your parents anytime. Please give respect. Position everything. Everywhere they are very monthly, cover, literally, cover, greet mother is a God, greet father is a God. So please don't forget it. If it is good, if you like, without fail, at least once say me call. If you don't have good connection with your parents, no problem. Start. I had a workshop in England in Germany, theater, Düsseldorf. So when I told this story of that people get, I don't want to say students, who people they came from like after the class, they said, Lakshmish, thank you so much. For more than 20 years, we don't have the connection with our parents, but we will start. And for this, in 2025, December, they start keep the relationship with their parents. Suddenly, it was did not happen, but through some mediator, they start to connect them, but it happens. And I request everyone celebrate the festival with their parents of the group. Keep the family, its only wife, children, involved, husband like that. So it brings happiness. Okay? If it is good, please pass it. That.
Thank you.
Linda Stegan. Linda. Yeah. Burari.
Brahma Purari
Chittalinga.
Suratitalinga
Manabhashita.
Nirmala Bhashita
Chittalinga.
Shobhitalingam
Majadukha.
Janmaja Dukhai
Nashanalinga.
Vinashanalingam
Pranamami.
Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam
Bhakti.
Devamuni
Parachittalingam.
Pravarachittalingam Kamadaham Karunakaralingam
Ravanatva.
Ravanadarpa
Nashanalingam.
Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami
Nashivalingam.
Sada Shivalingam Sarvasukantha
Vipitalingam.
Sulepithalingam
Siddhivarthana.
Buddhivivarthana Varanalingam
Surasu.
Siddhasurasura Vanditalingam
Pranamami.
Tat Pranamami
Nashivalingam.
Sada Shivalingam
Mahamani.
Kanakamahamani
Shittalingam.
Oshitalingam
Anipatnimeshita.
Hanipati Veshita
Shittalingam.
Shobhitalingam
Shasuyanya.
Rakshasuyatnya
Nashanalingam.
Vinashanalingam
Pranamami.
tat pranamami
Shivamika
sada shivalingam
Machansana
kunkumachandana
Pitalingam
lepitalingam
Kachahara
pankajahara
Pitalingam
sukshopitalingam
Chitavapa
sanchitapata
Nashalingam
vinashanalingam
Pranamami
tad pranamami
Nashivalingam
sada shivalingam
Paganachita
devaganarchita sevitalingam
Ayakti
havairvakti
Vachaningam
irevachalingam
Dinakara Uti
dinakara kuti
Akaraningam
prabhakaralingam
Pranamami
tat pranamami
Dashivalingam
sada shivalingam
Krishnadalupari
ashtadharupari
Nishpitalingam
deshtitalingam
Sarvasamutava
sarvasamudbhava
Arunaningam
varanalingam
Shtadavitra
ashtadaritra
Nashalingam
vinashanalingam
Pranamami
tad pranamami
Dashivalingam
sada shivalingam sura guru suravara
Chitalingam
ujitalingam suravana pushpa
Chitalingam
sadarchitalingam parat param
Matalingam
paramatmakalingam tat pranamami sada shivalingam
Yoga Sutra of 26. Sahisha Sesha Bhikkhu
Urve samati guru kalena
Chidat
anandita
Yaman Chetaka
asya bhashata rana
Chakas
that's
Yatam Yana Itana Higamupi
Antaraya Bhavasya
Isya
Yadisyana
Shaya Prahat
Samsaya Brahmata
Lasya Abhirati
Alasya Avirati
Nati Daksha
Ranti Dakshana Alala
Vikasatva
Gurikamatva
Navastitatvani
Anastasitana
Tavikshepas
Chidamechirifas
Tanayana
Devitaraya
Khatau Manasya
Dukkha Dharmanasya
Lami Jayatva
Angabhejayatva
Shasa Prishwasa
Swasasasvas
Vinche Vasa Apaka
Vishayasasvas
Tat Pradishet Artham
Tat Pradishedantam
Ekatatva Vyasaka
Ekatvatmyasa
Maitri Karuna
Maitri Chasana
Pechana
Udito Pechana Sudharma
Nya Nya
Punya Punya
Vishayana
Vishayanam
Avananda
Avananda
Prasadanam
Shishitarasaranam Prachatana
Aranam Yanva
Vidharana Vyamavai
Sya
Ranasarala
Sayativa
Vishayanaviva
Mritik
Ravatir
Padnamanasaha
Udpanamanasasa
Vipantini
Vidyasipanti
Choktavat
Vishogava
Ishvati
Yogisvati
Vitaraga
Vidaraga
Shayavachittam
Vishayamachitam
Mitra
Swapnalitra Yana Vada
Amivata
Yana Gamita
Va
Yana Tva
Ramad
Paramahu
Ramadatva
Paramahatva
Dosya
Antosyalah Vashikaraha
Amritir
Srashinavarandera
Adijanaseva
Avijradeshiva
Nirgraditra
Anegramitra
Anagrahis
Karanarayavishu
Ratas Satan Janana
Ratastanandana
Samangati
Samapatihi
Prashabdartha
Tatra Sabdhamnava
Anavikalvaidi
Yana Vikalpyanti
Satirna Sabitaka
Sankirna Savikaka
Samavati
Samapatihi
Smriti Marishuttam
Samitra Marishutav
Vashuneva
Sarvashyiva
Samudra Nirmasa
Arthamakta Virvasa Jirvilanta Edaiva
Jara
Savichara
Vichara Jara
Nirvichara
Shma Vishaya
Sushya Yadyata Sushma
Vishaya
Vishaya Vadsha
Vinka
Adinga
Yavasana
Vayavyasanam
Neva
Daiva
Vijaya
Savijaha
Sini
Samadhi
Vichara
Nirvishara
Sharati
Vechamati
Dhyatma Prasada
Ajamavasada
Tamara
Radambana
Prajna
Radra Prajna Sudanatmana
Pya
Radya Vya
Nya Vishaya
Anya Ishaya
Shri Satva
Vijayavasana
Cha
Pachala
Sarumya
Samsara
Saram Pratibhakti
Samskaravati Bhakti
Tasyapi Nirudhe
Tasyapi Niroti
Svaniruddhan
Saspani Viroga
Chandra
Indriya
Siddhi
Samahati
Namaskara
Surya Namaskara Sahasrara
Kita Trikonasana
Uttita Trikonasana
Kita Vachvatripuna
Uttita Varshvanasana
Savitra
Vasarita Padoptanasana Vashvodhanasana
Tita Asta
Udivasa Anandasana
Antavadra
Arabhata
Lotanasana
Atmodanasana
Gardamasana
Uttanasana
Iratrasana
Virabhadrasana Paschimottanasana
Vadanasana
Urvadanasana Ladhakumana
Chivadanasana
Paschimottanasana
Yamuka
Vihamakukala Ebrahmada Paschimottanasana
Janushir Salasana
Janushrishasana
Ijasana
Marishasana
Vasana
Navasana
Javidasana
Ujjavidyasana Vuksahasana
Yapumasana
Suptamasana
Kapindasana
Garvamidasana
Udas
Kutasana
Unas
Addakonasana
Vaishnapunasana
Uttayishasana
Unamasana
Dakonasana
Savadam Vasana
Daparam Utasana
Ayapadam Sutavasana
Upayavadam Shasana Buddha Mukha
Chivadanasana
Vashimatan Susana Sikumaradasana
Vahanulasana
Uttradasana
Lambasambandasana
Salamipasana Alasana
Navidasana
Karnatiyasana
Svabadmasana
Uttravadmasana
Dasana
Vidyasana
Vyasana
Madhasyasana
Danapadasana
Uttara Parasana Chasana Shikashana
Padmasana
Tadapasana
Dana
Yogamtara
Masana
Padmasana
Tiki
Uttiki Eka Sini
Varahi
Sastralari Ancha Sata Ashto Namah Shivaya. Ekadasha. Radasha. Vijayodasha. Sakadudasha. Ekadasha. Shodasha. Saktadasha. Astadasha. Ekonasya. Visakshavi. Ekasvatshavi. Vavimshakti. Sayogisakti. Sandoivishakti. Panjavimshakti. Satvimshakti. Saptavimshakti. Asavimshakti. Ekonavimshat. Vimshat. Adevunam. Charavindे. Sandashkitasvatman. Pabode. Shreyasesam. Jamdalvikayamane. Samsara. Vashanti. Adavu. Purushakara. Shanachakrasi. Aliram. Sastra. Shedam. Pranamavi Patanjali. Swasti Prajapya. Paripalayatanu. Yarina Marina. Marina. Go Brahmani Jana. Shlokamasrita. Gorasana. Sukhino Marantu. Alevashatu. Alachantya. Prithvi. Satsvashalini. Eshoram. Shomadita. Ravana Santu. Avta. Utrina Santu. Utrina Santu. Utrina. Adana. Sadhana Santu. Jivantu. Sharadam Shadam. Sarvesham. Swasti Bhavatu. Sarvesham. Shadeyaratu. Sarvesham. Uranam Bhavatu. Sarvesham. Nandalam Bhagavatu
Sakti
Sanjay Bhagavatu
Sukhina
Sukhina
Sakti Sastu
Sanjay Santu
Ramayaman
Hiravaya
Sakti Natnani
Sanjay Bhagavani Asyandu
Kashchit
Akashvi
Abit
Tukavali
What was the last part in the day? Yesterday, page number. No, fue la ah, what's it called? 44, 45, 20. Siddhasana. 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 Shavasana. Yes. Oh, we need to. Huh? I textbook. Mom didn't need it. Sleepy. 21. God, 41. Yeah, I have. 41 we finish. We didn't do 41. No. Now we have to start from 41. Okay. Rain, right? Poland, Riva, correct. Okay, you cut it out. Since asana, there are three kinds of asanas, or three types of asanas. Meditating postures, relaxing postures, and cultural postures. Meditative postures are Padmasana, Sikasana, Makarasana, Shitila Dandasana. These six are considered as meditative postures. Relaxative postures are Shavasana, Sukhasana, Makarasana, these things. And cultural postures are rest of things. Surya Namaskara to till last posture. All these things are called cultural postures, which helps to build up our physical fitness. Now, this is open, not a secret thing. Now, our asana practice is only physical oriented. That is why we are getting the physical oriented benefit. When we are thinking about the spirituality, or if we bring the spirituality in asana, in our lifestyle, then we can take the spiritual benefit. Give you a small example. For example, all these Indian people can understand to make sambar. Okay, to make sambar, we need coconut, we need vegetables, spices, salt, then water. This type of minutes we need. So think about 8 ingredients we need to make the sambar. Just from vegetable, can you make the sambar? Just from spices, can you make the sambar? From water or salt, can we make it? No. When we are mixing with perfect measure, then we can make the sambar. Same yoga also, it is like a sambar. So you have to use everything, every little from our way with the perfect measure. That is why we have to see the yoga in the different prospectus. Guruji Pattabhi used to say one thing. After practicing just asana, if you are becoming this much happiness, after practicing other means of yoga, what kind of happiness is waiting for you? So try to reach that. This is like Ashtanga effects, like a onion. The first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, like that. So when you are reaching more inside, when you are going more deep, inside, the taste becomes so sweet. Just from Japan was part of the life. Don't consider that. It means not following that. We must apply that because there is Chaturanga Yoga, there is Satanga Yoga, there is Shradanga Yoga, there is Ashtanga Yoga, there is a Panchadasha Anga Yoga, 50 types of yoga, 8 types of yoga, then 7 types of yoga, 6 types of yoga, 4 types of yoga. Many different things they say. So which is suitable. Normally Patanjali said this is suitable. The Ashtanga Yoga is suitable to that. So Yama and the Niyamas in Shadanga Yoga or in Chaturanga Yoga, they did not mention. The answer is those who are becoming a festival, those who wants to practice all the spiritual things without any compromise, unconditionally, you have to adopt. That is what the spirit Yavana is part of the yoga, not for any other purpose. Okay, so asana first layer difficult. Then go little pranayama. Compared to the asana pranayama stage is it. Then matyahara, then that. So lifelong, if you stick with just first 4 limbs, it's what we are kind of yoga, the external exercise. Yama, asana, pranayama. If you stick with only these 4 limbs, when we go reach the internal yoga, internal exercise, what we are very pratyahara, samadhi. So go more deeper. Show your commitment without any compromise. Family, function, whatever it is, be on the mat without fail. That helps to reach the Antaranga Yoga. So after practicing just Vajrayana Yoga, you would be happy. But more happiness is waiting for you when you start to practice Antaranga Yoga. So all these asanas are not for everyone and always. Some asanas may be designed for the monks. Some asanas will be for men. Some asanas will be for women. Some asanas for the therapy purpose. Same pranayama. Tell you what is that? Pranayama kriyas. Everything. Not for everyone and always. Same here also. What they said, 4 important asanas, Siddhasana, Tatrasana, Siddhasana, and Padmasana. In these 4, Siddhasana is most excellent, most beneficial. For example, Vavicchasana can purify some part of the body. Namasana can purify another part of the body. Maybe Sutta Padmasana can purify another part of the body. But except Siddhasana, no, any asana cannot purify whole body. That is why they are made this is most excellent asana. But unfortunately, they designed Siddhasana and asana not designed for the monks only. Household people, we should not do that practice. In Krishnamanjari Pampara, they are not teaching. It does not mean we don't have any good benefit. Of course, we have a good benefit. But then there are some lot of side effects also. So if you are family holder, if you are expecting the baby, you should not practice asana. You cannot take the babies. After certain age, yes, of course, practice it. Before that, you should not say that, yeah, now we also cultivate. It's time, so we should not. Men, definitely they can. Women also, definitely they can. After having the baby, yes, when you if you decided no more babies, yes, then start it. Before that, you should not, because it may damage your phone. I don't know, maybe if you have 8 weeks or 10 weeks pregnancy, you will lose that. So, a lot of side effects also there. And it now, sorry, what's that? Vastra, so it takes a cloth inside to overcome from what's that contaminated problems, that is associated problem, respiratory related problem, to avoid that, there is one few kriyas, especially dhauti. Then also, especially vastra dhauti. They bring the clothes inside, swallowing. That is not for many. When you have particular problem, okay, practice it. Otherwise, regularly, how we are practicing journaling things, sustainability, or tranaka, these things you should not. I asked for Guruji Pata videos, but he never said that. I tried to find in the book also, they did not mention. But yeah, with proper guru, with proper instruction, yes, practice it. Otherwise, regularly, you should not say these asanas also. Siddhasana and Abhyasana, also people, we should not. Okay, that is why Krishnamacharya Patra, they are not teaching these things. So when Siddhasana is asked how they are explaining some asanas, and in second chapter, Kriyas and Pranayama, Kriyas and the Pranayamas, in the third chapter of Hriday Mudras and Abhyas, up to one level only you can believe. 100% don't believe. 50% believe it because intentionally you are hiding that. Because many times when you cannot get the proper group, we may practice after the reading the book or watching the video. You may get the proper. That is why they are telling with proper guru, with proper instruction only you have to practice. That is why the book it is not a transparent. Intentionally they hide that. Okay? So when Siddhasana is mastered, Unvadi Avastha that gives delight. Mood and the three pathas follow without effort and naturally. If you can hold the Brahmacharya one time, and one path also becomes very perfect. Just briefly, I like explaining all these things. Number 43. There is no asana like Siddhasana. You cannot compare any other asana with Siddhasana. No other like Kevalakupata in Pranayama. You cannot compare any other pranayamas with Kevalakupata. According to the Yogataravi, they are mentioning Sahasrasha Sabtu Desh, thousands of pranayamas they mention. But in the Prayama Pradipika, they said only 8 pranayamas you can suggest to the ordinary people. Other pranayamas, 992 pranayamas are not necessary for the ordinary people. Then they are very important. 2. No mudra like Yecharitra. Yecharitra, you have opened the bottom portion of the tongue that you can roll your tongue back side. Okay, hold it in. 360 degree, you can roll it. Then the nectar or number of we do what we are calling, which is falling from the brain. You can stop that. Then a person can be entirely healthy without having the food. Don't need to go anywhere. Next one is no layer like the inner sound, which comes after 10 that purification. If you close your ears, you can hear what kind of sound which comes from the chakra or the target plexus. That is what Brahmanam. You can hear that sound very clearly. Actually, according to the Yoga Sutra also, and in Mahanarayana Purusha also, they mentioned that in between abdomen and the thorax, there is a baby lotus situated here. And that baby lotus has 5 layers. We are calling Panchakoshas, Andamaya, Pranamaya, Panomaya, Vidyamanamaya, and Parandamaya. Like a body, energy, body, like those things. So in between 5th and 4th layer, we can hear the sound of ah. In between 4th and 3rd layer, we can hear the sound of oo. In between 3rd and 2nd layer, we can hear the sound of So the combination of ma becomes om in the first, the central area. So after closing your ears, you can hear that sound very clearly. In Mahanarayana Upanishad, they are telling Akaram Karmakarvelti Tani Tadhasakanatade Tadomiti Yamukva Bujate Yogi Chetmasansagala. those who do not want to take the birth again. Means those who wants to take the enlightenment, liberation, these things, constantly they have to do the japa of the that has to reach that. Okay? And so you can hear that sound very clearly. Number 44, they are talking about the Bhatmasana. Place the right heel, everyone, you know this one, how to do this. Yes? Bhatmasana, right heel on the left side, left heel on the right side. Look how our ancient yogis are more advanced and scientific. There is a glance and a split in the body, this area. When you fix the right leg on the left thigh, left leg on the right thigh, then only you can press the glance and split. If you fix first left leg and then right leg, you cannot press. What is the benefit of glance and split? What is the duty? Normally, it maintains blood cells in the body, blood purifiers, white bloods, right blood cells, all these things. Look, the imbalance of white red blood cells, the sickness, they call thalassemia. It is leukemia, third. Yeah, it is nothing but the blood cancer. Every month, the person has to take the blood. Otherwise, he becomes very dull. So, not feeling any energy like that. So, it helps to maintain all those things. It helps to purify the blood in the body. So, after the Padmasana, so Padmasana, when you press bend forward, bend forward, you can press the what is that naval part also. That the part also. So when we are pressing the glands, the spleen, and the liver, it produces the insulin product. You know, you heard this one insulin. Yes, when insulin product is in good level, it controls the diabetes, thyroid, digestion system. Everything goes smoothly. When insulin products comes down, everything goes up. So that is why they are having at the end of this 44. Yeah, this is all Padmasana and destroys all disease. So insulin product helps to maintain whole body correctly health. Okay. Next one is 45. Another view they are having. Place the feet firmly in the soles of the opposite thighs and place the hands with palms up one another in the middle. Left palm in the right palm, like this type. Meditation. Then posture you can understand. Direct your eyes to the tip of the nose. Drishti should be tip of the nose. And place the tip of the tongue at the root of the front teeth. This is the important thing. Place the tip of the tongue at the root of the front teeth. This is called meditative posture. Can you imagine what this? Okay, how our ancient yogis have those side effects? This is called meditative posture. For example, if John wants to try to reach meditation state, because if you don't know how to concentrate, you cannot meditate. Concentration is different than meditation. And acting like meditation is different than doing meditation. Oh, I hope you understand. Okay? Acting like meditation is different than doing meditation. I'm telling you. I'm sitting but not and I close my eyes and put some words at the day and then relax everything I'm doing. And you are thinking later after that, that's what it do for you. Meditation needs to me. You are information. You get about muscle. Fun me. Fun thinking about my mom or my wife, my son. This is acting like meditation. In meditation, you have to forget everything. Because according to the Ramakrishna Ashramam commentaries on Yoga Sutra, they say, Venu pranayama is equal to one pratyahara. Tumenu Pratyahalana is equal to one Dharana. Tumenu Dharana is equal to one Dhyana. And the Tumenu Dhyana is equal to one Samadhi. So compared to the pranayama, dhyana stage is 48 times more. 48 times more. So when you don't have rights to practice or qualification to practice pranayama, how you can in meditation? I was with the people coming to Mysore. I stayed 4 years with one family. They really, I appreciate them. They have taken care of me very well. 4 years. They treat me like a house boy. So I was studying Sanskrit after staying in their house. I was going to the Parashara. Yeah, but it's Sanskrit for anything. Okay. So there, daughter-in-law living in one house. It was mother-in-law, three. But so all you can understand, two daughter-in-law and one mother-in-law, always small clash. So first was the elder daughter-in-law. She heard there is one yoga camp. She has gone to yoga camp. And after 10 days, she started to pranayama. She started to do meditation. She started to do many asanas. And just she, ears are very sharp. She was keep listening and she was keep watching everything. Everything in the kitchen, the work is over or no. Until finishing that work, she was not moving from that place. After 2 years, I did not remember this. Yes, the not coming. That's one choice. Then other than the said, stop giving you the practice. Concentrate on the one. Forget that. These are acting like meditation. Okay? To escape from some things. Yeah, really. So anyway, so John Roscoe tried to concentrate in one object. And then so requested to Martha and the daughter, please don't disturb me. I'm trying to concentrate. And take it out. Somehow he can concentrate his mind also. He can control his mind also somehow. But when saliva keeps coming in his mouth, he has to keep it inside. That is also wisdom to meditative posture. So when you fix the tongue at the move of the front teeth, after 1 or 2 minutes, saliva can stop. So from the inside or from the outside, you can block all of these reflexes. You can concentrate on the system behind this logic. And place the chin on the chest and slowly raise upwards the prana by one press feet that is the system. So after holding the Muladhara very strongly, take the prana upwards. 47. This is Padmasana that destroys all disease. Why they are telling this that destroys all disease? We are in 21st century. We don't have that. We want to always, we are very busy. We don't have time ourselves. Like if food, these things. We don't have for this. We are ordering everything. We want to eat there. Too much stress we are living. So modern days, what the doctors, medical science is using one word: lifestyle disorders, diabetes, hormone imbalance, high blood pressure, all these things. So when you are doing Pasvasana, you can control it. Because Padmasana helps to make your mind very calm and relaxed. That is why they are very. This is Padmasana that it destroys all the disease. It cannot be attained by ordinary mortals. This is the interesting thing. So it cannot be attained by ordinary mortals. Means ordinary practitioners, we don't know. It means how to Padmasana, which is very tricky word, secret. They did not believe that. So what we are doing, that is up to one level correct. but still some interesting things are there. They do not want to reveal those things. Then only some intelligent persons can deal them. Many times I told it in my online class or in my school also. If we are thinking this is yoga like that, 100% it means we are finished. Yoga is huge. We are not in the draw of water in the ocean. We don't know that more than 99% about yoga. We don't know. We know very, very little. So many things they do not want to explain with proper proof after having that much commitment with your practice, then only the field pass on there. Otherwise, you cannot. That is why yesterday also I told, there also I want to repeat. This is our responsibilities to keep the knowledge alive and as it is. This is important. Listen properly each and every word with a lot of attention and serious. Our responsibility is this knowledge and life and facilities in a traditional ways. Otherwise, if we are keep glorifying that, what else for future next generation, if they cannot understand what is yoga, already we lost many, many things. So still we have very little bit of key around that. So practice it in a traditional way with proper lifestyle. Next one, number 48. Assuming the Padmasana posture and having placed the palms one upon another in the middle, fixing the chin firmly upon the breast and contemplating the Brahman. Frequently contract the anus and raise the apana upwards. Apana Vayam, which is in the anus, it goes always downward. Here you have to take upward. And by a similar contraction of the throat, force the prana downwards. Prana, which is in the heart, it goes always upward. But here you have to press it downward. You have to push. By this, he obtains unequal knowledge through the favor of Kundalini. What happens? The mind. They cannot explain in any other way. Something happens and it has to remove the blockage, the Sushumna and everything, then awakening it happens. Then, number 49, we can skip Simhasana. They are explaining here. Benefit directly I will explain. Benefit of the Simhasana is you can become a master in the Bandhas. You can become a master in the Bandhas. What is the benefit of master in Bandhas? First one, you can remove hunger first. Second one, ever free from old age. Old age becomes gray hair, feeling less energy in the body. All these things you can remove. You can feel all big sweet states. And you can talent and feeling. It's unexpected death never comes for the these really these unexpected death never comes. Normal death, everyone one day is should. When he wish to die, he can die. Otherwise, normal death. Sorry, unexpected death never comes. Next one is Atrasana. I don't need to explain this one also. Just one example asana, you have to sit. Then you have to jump on the feet. Otherwise, after sitting in Flexikurasana, where we sit inside, and you have to keep the press what is totally our genetic organ with the two of our feet, we have pressed the genetic organ. Through that, we get both the problems of the mind. This asana also mainly designed for the pulse, not for the household piece. Okay, so don't practice this one also. Last one before the break. Thus, the yogi should entirely practice all these asana until he feels no pains or fatigue, purifying the nadis by performing pranayama and practice the mudras and vipassas of various sorts. So, indirectly, they are telling don't restrict just for asana, practice pranayama, mudra, everything, and you will enjoy the yoga practice. You will yoga, you will enjoy the yoga spiritual texts. And another one maybe this one who is controlling the syllabus. So all these four meanings are applicable here. So the yoga practitioner or the spiritual practitioner, you should be the brahmachari. It means they never told you should not take the marriage, you should not take the children. Okay? So then who lived in a caste life? Then simple life. This is important. Simple is always great. Great is always simple. We are not great. Why? Because we never try to become a simple anytime. We want to have everything brand, including me also. I'm telling. We want to have iPhone. We want to have I don't know what is that computer also brand Mac. Okay? Same and car also brand, sunglass also brand, everything. So this is Swami Vivekananda says. Someone asked the question, what is poison in this world? Vivekananda has given beautiful answer. Whatever it is, the excess of things are poison. So don't stick with the brand. Stick with everything. Because one of this, everyone we need mobile phone, computer, car, everything we need. Now, the thing is, each brand that is the product. So try to make it simple. So because any noble people, they are very simple. Take Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekananda, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. All these people are very simple. That is why they have become very famous. Okay. Then they are getting the moderate, also Indian moderate diet. What is moderate diet that they are explaining? Is it 58 thing that I should tell you. Practices this yoga insert all the lips of yoga, renouncing the fruits of his actions. Means we have to sacrifice some things for the society. Of course, it is not easy, but at least a few things we have to sacrifice. In Mahabharata Parishad, they are telling na karmana prachayadhani tapya ene apratatvam shubhu na karmana. If you are doing lot of karma, it does not mean you are able to take back life mean or the liberation. The prajaya. If you have taken family life, taking marriage, children, it means you are able to take the, just not me, are able to take the liberation. Because of course, Shankaracharya said, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. So, the student life, household life, monastery life, and the monk's life. So, it has to go systematically. So, here, in the Veda, they are given, if you have taken marriage and children, that does not mean you are able to get back. There is one like a qualification only. You know, I mean, if you have money, you cannot buy that enlightenment or the liberation. How you can get? Yeah, being a Amritatva, Shuvu, through renunciation, who sacrifice only protected that. Happiness looks like very small when you fold those things in your hand. Just open them, try to share with the people. You can understand how it is big, precious, and valuable. This we have to understand. Okay, then when we see the fruits of these actions, then it becomes a siddha, means a master. These are the qualifications to become a yogi. One more time, look at brahmachari, all the four beings are together. And we have to lead a very simple life. Moderate diet, we have to follow. And we have to practice each and every inch of yoga. And we have to renounce some things in our life. So all these things are qualifications to take that life made or yogi. What is moderate diet? Between debate, they are telling it. Moderate diet is defined to mean taking pleasant and sweet food, leaving but food of the stomach free, and offering the act of to Shiva. Moderated diet is defined to mean taking pleasant and sweet foods. It does not mean Mysore pak, Swiss magic, chocolate, like that. Okay? It means healthy food, yogic food. without hurting or cheating or robbing anyone. With your sincere duty, what you are getting the money from that, you have to get a sattvic food. Many times we are thinking yogic or sattvic food means eating only vegetables, food, dal. 100% it is wrong. How you are getting that food, that is the matter. And with what type of mentality you are in this, that is also important. Okay, after cheating someone, if you buy this type of yogic food that you eat, how it can become you moderate the diet. So it is not possible. So many times, okay, I've heard those things, Europeans mindset. I don't know other part of Asia. Okay, in India we have different type of mindset. That's because I visited Europe maybe 5, 6 times. So that's why I'm telling. They are considering the milk also in the right wrong when they are getting. And then I heard that it is true. So when the cow has given birth, immediately and connect that thing then baby. So the owner can be overcome that these are not good. This is violence. So this should not. So in India right now, feel now it's okay. Not 100% I'm telling you correct, but okay. So when baby has born the cow, then they are giving first priority to the baby now. Then the remaining thing that they are owner has to get. So this is okay. So the business purpose what they are doing, killing the baby, that is not correct. It is not good. So balance from that, better to buy pork. So many people they buy pork. They are vegan. But according to the yoga and the philosophy, meat product, all the meat products are very precious. You should take, but how without hurting the cow, baby, or all these things. So this is called yogic as a sattvic food. Then leaving 1/4 of the stomach free means 50% food only we have to eat. We have to fill 50% only our stomach. Then 25% we have to fill with water. Then 25% we have to eat everything. But what we are doing up to here, we got still. In case if the God has given the amount here, we are even more happy. Because we can give extra of this. So this is our mindset. Okay. So according to the Ayurveda also, this is correct. 50% food, 25% water, 25% empty we have to keep. And offering the act of Shiva. This is the Lord Shiva. In God, because we never born without hit anything to this world, then we cannot carry anything from this world. So in the birth and that what we birth, everything is a blessing from the God. So we have to see a God, all these things are from you. That is why these are for you. That is why these are for you. Still, in the traditional way, before taking the food, they are doing namaskar. They are called Annapurneshwari, the food goddess. We have to do prayer for Indians, Japanese, without when they are doing, whether they are in restaurant also, not at home. They never bother about that. And they are doing namaskara. For example, buffet. They have also, when they correct the confusion, they are building what a beautiful system they have. But we are not ready to pay that every time our neck. We want to keep ready. It indicates the ego. Because without food, nobody cannot give you this world. So we should keep gratitude. A God always picks up from you. That is why this is a for you. Because Lord is within us. This is called moderate diet. Another angle like that, moderate diet. It's a Ashtaugrasa, Yakshya, Shurasha, Yabasina, Waptinisha, State, Job, Yatis, Majai, Bala. So for the students, they told 32 covers of food. Cover means egg the size of the food. I'm not eating egg. Okay, egg the size of the food. So almost what John has given some meals. Yeah. So almost that size you can imagine, little less. Okay, so 32 cups of food one sided. And for the household people, 16 cups of food one sided. And for the monastery guys, those who are needy. No, sorry, I have given profit information. So no food limitations for the brahmachari, yateshtam brahmachari vibhag. So no food restriction for the brahmachari students because they have to do a lot of hard work. And 32 for the household people, and 16 for the monastery people, monastery life who are needy, and 8 cups of food for the monks. 1 second. So this type of food system also called moderate diet. And another good thing is Krishna and Chandrayana Vrata. So when is the Monday? Next week. Okay. For example, next week, today is the Shavi. So maybe in 5 days it could be over. So next Sunday. Then Sunday. Huh? ಇಲ್ಲ ಗುರುವಾರ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಬುಧವಾರ ಗುರುವಾರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಗುರುವಾರ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ see anything maybe Thursday or Friday it could be the Monday. Okay, on that day ಇದು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಶುಕ್ಲ ಪಕ್ಷ ಸೊ on that day when full moon full moon comes on the that day 15 covers of cover this exercise. Okay, after then full moon, next day 14, next day 13, next day 12. So when new moon comes on that day full count, then again increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So increasing and this decreasing food system also called Krishna for a diet because of nature you is thinking if I'm giving punishment to my external body, I can control my internal body. So these are called moderated diets. Next one, 59.
The put Bella did a job.
Uh,
Like I say, we are ordinary people.
yes,
We can never be
so there's a TV channel, the TV show that was one program. Very huge body movements. The show that was. And one lady, actually, she was crying. I'm not eating like with very heavy food. I'm eating very less food. But something somehow if I had it, that is why what I want, if I'm eating everything, that's what I make the calorie these things. That's why I become huge. Very heavy body. And the TV anchor was having fun. He asked her, how many chapatis you are eating? She told, morning 1 chapati and evening 1 chapati, 1 glass of milk. And today I was not even drinking milk for so that the doctor advised me to drink 1 glass of milk morning and evening. And he asked, after the how many chapatis you are eating? 1 chapati. Like that. So for me, 3 or 4 dosas are not considered. So that 1, 2, 3. Okay, forget that. The following number 59. The following things are considered unsalutary to the yogis. Things that are shown for somewhat pungent as a body. This type of very spicy, Punjabi lady, she doesn't like this. Okay, so too much spicy, too much the what is it? Yeah, calling sambar related the spices. So that we should not eat because it creates toxic things in the body, temperature in the body, heatness. That's why we should not. It's not easy. Okay, sharp, bitter substances, tamarind, then natural salt, the sugar, all these things we should not eat. But how we eat that? So as it is, how you can get from the nature, how we eat it. You should not have anything. It's not easy. Okay. Then betel nut and the leaves. We are talking the palm. I hope John understand this one is in the can understand it. So Bahan, it is not good. It is very good, very tasty, very it helps to remove the bad smell from avoid the bad smell from the mouth. It helps for your digestion. Everything is good. But philosophy says you should not. Yet you chọn đời nó cho mình chơi mình thơ bài cho nó just là tạm cố nên từ raความcủa dân của man separation amongst the from the Tharin who did not take and marry with about widow and with widow and one who lost the wife. Both, okay? Rajaswala, the natural lady, action, it is equal to coward, equal to that alcohol. So that is why we should not proceed. It leaves some toxic things in the mind. That is why they are very we should not eat. Sesame oil, mustard oil, it is vital in the body. Just for rubbing to the body fine. Don't use too much. In India, for chutney, sambar, or something, but almost all the food we are using sesame. But don't use too much because it destroys the vitality. What we have been comes in the sperm or the semen, it destroys. That is why we should not. Then liquors. I don't need to say anything about this. Okay, we should avoid. Then the fish, flesh of animals matter. Goat, pig, buffalo, monkey, dog, pigs, so lizard, snails, everything we should avoid because this is violence. How we have the rights to live in this world. Same all the birds, insects, animals also they have rights to live in this world. We engage their weakness. It is not that. Vivekananda says, if you meet someone, for example, if I take this German car, if he feels a pain, it means he is alive. Is that properly? If I pinch to this German brother, if he feels the pain, it means he is alive. If I pinch to our Polish sisters, if the German brother is feeling pain, it means he is human. Understand? So this is important. And one day, a baby fish asks her mother, Mom, why we cannot make outside of this lake? One day, baby fish asks her mother, why we cannot make outside of this lake? And mother fish replied, it is only for selfish. Okay, look how they are thinking about us, what kind of opinion they have. So suddenly you cannot live. It's not easy. But slowly, you can. Definitely you can. Where is the mind, where is the way? Without the knowledge, we can live in this world. Example is Marina. She's not eating anything. Okay, so we can get protein, everything from the vegetable, corn, these things. So please, if you feel good, just please follow it. I'm not forcing anyone. I'm not saying my food system is good, your food system is not. That's what I mean. If it is good, please follow it. Then, curd or yogurt, what we are paying, it is not good because it clears mucus. That is why they are, it is not good. But Ayurveda says it is good, you should. And Western style butter really not food because it is nothing but yogurt. In India, we are separating the butter from the yogurt. Remaining this we are on butter and milk. So that is good. But here in the Western side, they are not separating. That's why it is not good. Then fruit of the jujube, it creates pizza in the body. I heard some part of China and America this is available. I never tasted that jujube. And the oil cakes, or thick oil cake means oil cake. Any kind of bakery related items, chocolate also, cookies also. Because yoga philosophy says you should eat the wholly fresh food. After eating the food, within 1 hour or within 2 hours, finish it. When it has grown cold, bacteria are for it. In this the concept, they are you should not be what easy. Then this SRPT or healing what we are getting, it is not good. Okay, but according to the Ayurveda, it is very good. Then onion and garlic, that is also not good. We should not eat. It creates rajasic and tamasic in the body. So if you ask me what you are eating here, sincerely I tell you, I need spices, not too much spices. Then yogurt I'm using, and sesame I'm using, then like what's that? Oil cakes with bakery related items I'm using on asafoetida, garlic, and onion. So nickels, not vegetable, too much spicy, avoid it. Then next one is 60. Diet of the following nature should be avoided as being unhealthy. Food that having once been good has grown cold and is eaten again. That has an excess of salt and sourness. That is indigestible. So once when you cook the food, you should not reheat that. You should not even use salt. So it is very difficult. That paid or be glad, but more than when I asked the guy at three, if you learn how to cook, she said, oh, you should not ask this was because food has got India concept is different. Of course, in India also it also different. But a few times compared to other countries, we are far better. Still, next to the question, I have no idea. I'm not giving any guarantee. So if you ask me, are you following that 100% manufacturing? No, because I only one wife. If I said to cook three, four times, she might say goodbye. So that is what I think what my so difficult. If she says goodbye, what happens? No, my food time. If you put so on. Very difficult. Few times you have to consequence. Next, the 61. Because forget the funny thing, serious we come back the point. Now it is everything is expensive. The food, everything is expensive. So we should not waste the time. So we should not waste the money, food, and everything. As many people, they don't have enough food also. So this don't waste what we paid. Okay, the older they can argue, older days there was no refrigerator system, these things. The ladies we have not good, but we should use it. Then, number 61. Gorakshami of the yogi says that the practitioner should avoid intermediate means beginning of any kind of spiritual practice. We have to avoid bad company. If possible, avoid the company. Just be silent, sleep, and practice. Otherwise, at least in bad company, we have to avoid because it creates bad influence. You cannot practice sattvic faith. That is why bad company we should avoid. Fasting near the fire means we should not sit very close to the fire anytime because we have already contained the fire inside of the body. So if you are sitting very close to the fire, it becomes a double one book number. From there, you sit with less energy to try to create these things. That's why it's not good. Another one thing is we have a lot of sensitive herbs and stuff. If you are sitting very close to the fire, it will damage. That is why you should not sit. Sexual relationship before the spiritual practice we have to avoid. Long journeys we have to avoid. Why we have to avoid long journeys? Because if you are coming from too far, like getting very tired, my main point is that what we do, of course, is the rest. If you don't have any options, okay, come early, then rest, then practice. So immediately don't practice. Then bathing early in the morning is cold water shower before the practice, not good. Here, yoga and Ayurveda will clash. Ayurveda says cold water shower is always good. For is like a plant. So if we are only on this cold water, it can grow perfectly. Otherwise, it will die. But the yoga says warm water is fine. If you have taken oil one, take warm water. Otherwise, warm water take that. Okay. Then fasting is not good. Fasting is very good for health. There is no doubt about that. But when and how is important. For example, if you don't have practice tomorrow, do fasting today. Tomorrow, you can take the food, you can generate the energy again, and it's not affecting your next day practice. If you have practice very next day, if you need fasting, 100% fasting today, you cannot maintain the energy. The effects. That is why they are really small. Otherwise, first half day do fasting, second half day take the food. Otherwise, full day taking less food, that is also enough to maintain the energy. Too much food you need. Okay, next. Hard physical work also, because we any kind of spiritual practice, we should not. Because muscles are getting very stiff, bodies getting very tired, mind lost in that. So all these things we have to avoid at the beginning of the practice. Next one is what kind of food we can take safely. The following things can be safely taken by the yogis. The following things can be taken safely taken by the yogis. First one is wheat, rice, and barley. Whatever it is, wheat, rice, barley, very good for health. No doubt. Our yogis, they reset the food system depending on the weather condition. Second one is what kind of food the farmer is growing in that district. Look, in South India, the main crop is rice. So most of people we are using rice related items. In North India, wheat. So that is why they are eating more chapati, more roti, these things. This is number one. This is number two. In South India, the temperature is not so different. In North India, a lot of difference. Ask her. So in the winter, which could be between less than 10 or maybe 5, something like. And when summer season comes, they are 50 degrees of course. So wheat and barley helps to maintain the temperature of the body. So in the we don't have that much. Sometimes little, not too much. It never reaches less than 50 degrees and it never goes more than 40, 45 like that. Then milk, ghee, butter, then then the butter, yogurt, all these things are very good. We are calling this one caviar. Caviar means cow from cow, which cows that is called caviar. It is very beautiful. And it's no doubt that we are calling it, and the cow is second mother. So whatever it is from the cow it comes, it is sattvic food. So it is very good. It helps to maintain the energy, it helps to put the blood level down, and it helps to promote the sattvic energy in the body. So very good. Then honey, very good for the health. Very good. But it creates the temperature also. So be careful with the that. Especially one who is suffering from anemia, means the best hemoglobin HP. If according to medical science, if their medical science says less than 12 is not good. So if you are drinking 1 or 2 spoons of honey every day before going to the bed, within 1 month or 2 months, you can get very good result. So it is very important. Here's some temperature in the body. You have to balance with that. Then dry ginger. Ginger is very, especially if you have very dry ginger, because it can stay a long time. Ginger can stay 1 month, far more than 1 month. But dry ginger can stay long time. That's why they are dry ginger. So ginger helps to bring the water from the body and it helps to improve digestion system. The problem it helps to step one. Cucumber, few kinds of vegetables like a beetroot, carrot, then some kind of flower. All these things are beans, very good for the health. Don't eat too much potato, sweet potato, okra, these things. It's vasta in the body. So that is why not good. So eat like for all these things, especially in this type of weather, every day we have to eat, but because it has to maintain the uh, water level in the body, otherwise we feel dehydration. So very then good water. How much water we have to drink depending on the weather condition and what kind of vapor that is doing depending on it. Yogi should take a food nourishing and sweet food mixed with the milk and mixed with the milk. Means whatever you are eating. For example, if you are eating chapati, if you are eating rice and ghee or milk or yogurt. Still, I remember. So I was taking food. I have taken food with particular family 4 years. In my bachelor life every day weekdays, Monday to Friday, it's Sharachi. Because after that, I have to start my practice. So that is why. Then Sunday, okay, with potato Saraswati Sharachi with me. So 4 people. So every day, we are going to the pathologist was eating big spoon of ghee. He was telling in daily, I am bringing ghee. Why you are sitting to put in the ghee? You put more ghee. But Shalom was exactly opposite. He was not eating. He was setting meat, but he was not eating. So ghee, all the pet products are very good. Then should be pressing to the senses and then you treat it with the thoughts, means humans. This type of food we have to eat. Next one is very important. 64. Any person, if he practices yoga, we can say, any person, it is a young, old age, sick or healthy, if they are practicing yoga actively, they can get all the benefits. These are commonly young, old age, sick or healthy. If they are whoever, if they are practicing yoga actively, they can get all the benefit. But here in the Samhita, which is very, very ancient yoga as well, it says oppositely. 6. वयोबल शरीराणि देशकालाश्रमाणि च समीक्ष्य योगम अन्यथा भूगमाप्नुयात्. We have to think about our age. Is this right age to start the practice of? So normally we can take after 15 is good age. Because before 15, they don't have any kind of seriousness. Most of children, they must play. So not a good advice. After 55 or 60, not a good advice to start. Once if you start in between 50, 55 or 60, then to keep practice lifelong, 100 years, 200 years of practice, no problem. But starting, I'm telling, after 60, not a good idea, especially asana, I'm telling, because your mind could be very strong, but body is not. It may get that actually very easy. So on this point, it is not advisable. They are telling you should consider your age. While you physical fitness also important. Many times we are weak to get the physical fitness. It was not that much easy to get the physical fitness. You will need physical fitness to practice yoga, whether it is mind, mental fitness, or physical fitness. Both you need. So don't think to get the physical fitness I'm doing yoga. This is 100% wrong. Okay? Vayoga Sharirani, Kesha, place. Which place is to practice? Yesterday we discussed. So expect play, clean place, less windows, these things. Kesha, how about families? All the 24 hours are good for the yogis. All the 24 hours are good for the yogis. We are not yogis. We are on the way to become a yogis. We are just yoga practitioner. So that is what we are doing. 1.5 yama. Yama makes the duration of 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours duration is called 1 yama. 1.5 hours that you are mixing almost 5 hours. You should not do practice. Which time? After 10 p.m. Before 3 a.m. If you can say that. So that time, except for this time, you can practice any time. You can practice any time because we are thinking, we are thinking philosophies. This duration after 10 p.m. to morning 3 a.m. isn't Rakshasa Samaya. Rakshasa is even tamasic. So this is why you should not. Best when we can, especially for the teachers. This is very big, especially those who has family life. It's very difficult when they have children, lot of responsibilities. They don't have enough time to practice. Lot of like a sacrifice they put to be. So rest of time, anytime you can practice. Each time is good to you. If you are working in office, you should be flexible. Desha Kala. Desha Kala Ashanaricho means stomach. If you have taken big lunch, at least 4 hours, you have been. After 4 hours, take practice. Otherwise, if you have taken little small food, then of course you can practice after 2 hours, no problems. You the salad, these things if you have taken, you can practice after 2 hours, no problem. So without considering these things, if you practice suddenly, they are anything instead of getting rid of many type of problems, you are thinking. This is from here assigned down. Okay, next one. One who practices will obtain siddhis, but not one is idle. Yoga's siddhis are not obtained by mere theoretical reading of the Shastras. One who practices will obtain siddhis. Normally, we are using practice means asana practice. Look, practice word in any dictionary, different language dictionary, they are they casting practice means asana practice? No, practice is repeated effort to follow the permanent discipline of the mind. Practice is repeated effort to follow the permanent discipline of the mind. This means practice. Sentence we have to finish the practice. This is a wrong. Okay, so here they are giving one who practices with all the tips of yoga, he will get the siddhi. It's a benefit. But not one who is idle, one who is lazy, he cannot get any kind of benefit. Yoga siddhis are not obtained by mere the reading of the Shastra. If you are reading only philosophy, you won't get any type of benefit. If you are doing only okay, asana practice of things without philosophy, you cannot get anything. That is why they are doing philosophy and practice has to go together. They are like a wheels of the vehicles, like a train, a track. So when they are going together, you can reach your destination correctly. You can see two different kind of yogis in this moment. One who thinks yoga is just asana. Another person thinks only philosophy. They can give a beautiful lecture, these things. These two category people, they cannot enjoy yoga. Those who are learning together, practice with philosophy, it's asana practice with philosophy, they only can enjoy. Why? To ask Josh, in this world, so many yoga teachers we can see, but only very few yoga people are very famous. Why? Because of their practice and the philosophy and their lifestyle. You can see so many bodybuilders all over the world. Bodybuilders you can see, but not that much famous. I don't want to name of them. It's not correct. Okay? Ask John why they have become very famous. Because of their lifestyle, their philosophy part, their practice. That is why people are liking. So we are telling here, one who practices belong is this, but not one who is either. Yogas is are not obtained by mere theoretical reading of the Shastras. For example, polished sister. Manila has given Swiss planet was explained about the Swiss chocolate Polish system. And Malina started to explain, this is sweet. She never tasted the same in her life. How she can understand? This is like a easy chocolate, Belgium chocolate, like a sugar candy, Japanese sugar. No, she cannot understand. When she tasted the sweet, then only she can imagine how the sweet is. Same this one also. So practice and philosophy. You have to taste. Then only you can enjoy both. Otherwise you cannot. Next one is Navisha Karanam Siddhi. Karanam Nachata Katha. Kriya Karanam Siddhi. Satyanikam Nasam Shaipa. So 200, 300 years back, Swatma Rama Yogi has written this book. Now also it is applicable. So siddhis are not obtained by faith in the trust of a yogi. Siddhis are not obtained by faith in the trust of a yogi or by talking about them. But until practice is the secret of the success. Until practice is the secret of the success. So many times we want to attract the people with yogic dress as a postures. Norms. Yoga siddhis are not depending on the postures or wearing the dress. Or if you are about to able to yoga, it's not qualified, but entire practice is the secret of success. So practice all the means of yoga and it is the benefit. It's what the that. So this might attract the people with your beautiful lifestyle, with beautiful food system, beautiful polite words. Not I just feel important as well. You with us. One day I will achieve to you. And if like I maybe 1 or 2 times I can achieve you. Always I can achieve you and everyone. 1 or 2 times definitely I can achieve. But always it is impossible. Then people realize that. So that is why this writing it has built in the lifestyle for the knowledge. Okay, the last one is Pīthānipurīpatās Chitra Dityāni Charānāni Cha Sarvāņi Rakha Vyāse Rācevitapāvī. The various asanas, nithakas, and the various utras of yoga should be practiced only so long as one does not again Rajyoga. So, that is all the needs of yoga, you will get the benefit. Okay, so what I have to finish in first chapter of the yoga Paditita, I finish that. Now, I will give you a few minutes time, 10 minutes time. If you want ask any question, you can ask.
Yes. So it's saying that it's supposed to be an old agreement. The one that at the time the decades home are more egocentric.
And also,
Yeah, if you very solitary and what
how you can become egos?
that the ever I mean because don't connect with specific question. Just not what they call.
I don't think so. When you are comparing with someone, you are thinking the he's great or right, is not great like that. For example, I have a finger, this one. I don't have these 4 fingers. So you don't know whether this is the powerful one or flawless one, or whether this is a strong one or a weak one. So you don't have any option to compare. So if you have these 2 fingers, then you can understand, oh, I am the big. This is, I am small. This is big. This is strong. I am big. That's it. But then there is no any second option. Yes, you may not get the ego stick. In my opinion, maybe it's possible, but I don't. Then, yes.
This one you mentioned about the forward of the bus.
Yeah.
But traveling the rasta on the best roads and years off. So from the rasta, how does one it is forward one of the
Okay. So, Katyayani is asking the question, four ashramas, brahmacharya, student life, it is normally considered 1 to 25 years. He has to study in Vedas, Upanishad, or economic knowledge, anything. Then 26 to 50 years is called Grahastha Ashrama, household life. He has to take the knowledge, he has to take the marriage, he has to take the children, all these things. Then he has to teach them. He has to transfer his good knowledge to the next generation. So when he reaches 50 years, 51 to 75 years are more monastic life, one of his ashrama. He has to transfer all his property, everything to his children. With his partner, he has to live in the forest, one prastha ashrama. And he has to eat only like a boiled thing with leaves, very fruits, flowers, all these things, not even any rice item, anything. There he has to study Aranyakam, like each Vedas has a 4 different parts. Brahmana, Aranyaka, Samhita, Upanishad. So each Veda has 10. So he has to study all of these 4 things. If there is any problem in the family, they can come to give advice to the children, but not more than 3 days to stay. They have to go back. So by finding they will not get the enlightenment after 75 years. So before also to get the practice. So then automatically partners are become separated. Then it is for sannyasa. Sannyasa means sapyant nyasa. Samyak means properly, strictly. Nyasa is sacrifice sin. They should not burn the bodies. They should not even, they can beg only 8 houses they can visit. In 8 houses, if they are able to get the food, they should be happy. If they did not get it, they should not beg for 9 houses. This type of many rules and regulations are there. But capturing in modern days, it is difficult. It is really difficult. But yogis, those who has commitment, that touch commitment, they can practice. So one of the stars is this guy, not even quite 1% also available.
Many of this teachings that we do, it's complicated, like business guys, definitely they have been there for thousands of years, and I think many teachings are still so relevant. We can learn so much from it, but there are many other aspects which I think is difficult in today's time to follow because time has changed so much, and the practice also evolves with time. So, what is your advice on how strictly should one follow it, or is it more of intuition that comes to a pure place, or should we blindly follow with the scriptures?
Okay. I'm going to explain to him in Canada. Huh? And I be perception either Paranati. So the root should be same. The root should be or it should be same. But you can cut the branch and it can grow. It does not mean you should destroy all the tree and plant a new one like that. It is not good. Because if the root is the same root, same leaf, same flower you can get. In the, for example, from the root of the rules. You cannot expect just eat or something. So I hope understand what concept I'm telling. So don't cheat that root. Don't cut it. Branches you can. To make more beautiful, you can do that. But don't cut them. It's four things the ancient yogis, the rishis, the things say it's they are very advanced. They have very like technology. We are calling the star. Means after 500, after 1,000 years, what can happen? So all those things they realize and they made this plan. So just what I said, 300 years back they said, now also, because now you becomes your moves like a fashion. You get to noise since you are asanas for we are thinking they are great yogis. So it should not be the parameter. So your lifestyle, your knowledge should be the parameter. So what should be said? Little things is okay with proper IQ. Someone, yes.
I had the same question.
Mm.
I was curious about what you mentioned with number 59, where Ayurveda believes the opposite sometimes. How much is like what is in the hypothesis tested within sort of circles of people who study the text, and how much is widely accepted?
One more time, please.
I guess it's sort of a follow-up question to John's question, which is, like obviously the shower, we don't clean up the cow dung every day. And if based on my understanding of the Ashta practice, there have been unexpected deaths, yogis. And then there are certain foods that I guess in modern life people would consider very healthy. So I'm just curious, how much is what is in this text debated and people disagree with each other nowadays? And then how much is like very widely accepted?
So everything 100% I tell you, we cannot. Everything not possible. We should not expect also. Which is possible after 100 or 200 years also apply without condition, without any kind of compromise. For example, these days, you cannot expect to feed the shama every day, cow dung, cow urine, water. Where we have to go?
No cows in Singapore.
Not possible. We have to compromise with that. So that is why we have an option, keep it clean. So it is possible, unconditionally, we should have 200, 500 years or so. We should. Which is not possible. Maximum, yes, try. So everything not possible. Full system also. Everything not possible. So which is very, very important. Like non-veg, alcohol, all these things, yeah, definitely you can avoid it. Avoid it. Okay. Yes. Question. Yes.
Question about the 8 limbs of Patanjali. So in practice, I'm more familiar with the asanas, of course, that's the most and then the force of pranayama, and then familiar with, let's say, the 5, yamas, niyamas. But I don't hear so much about the other 4 limbs of Patanjali. Right? You mentioned a little bit, Pratyahara, the Anandarajas. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of it?
Pratyahara. Yadyat pashyati chakshubhyam tattadatveti bhavayet. Yadyat shroti karnabhyam tattadatveti bhavayet. Whatever you listen, whatever you see, if you are able to see the Atma in each and everything, that is called Pratyahara, withdrawal of the sense objects. Everything, each and everything you have taken from this and the Atma. Pratyahara. Then Dharana is holding the mind in one point. Then next word is Dhyana. Continuation of the Dharana is called Dhyana. They are giving the example in Yoga Sutra. The poise, how we are forwarding from one water to another, one vessel to another vessel, how it goes without the break or second water, without breaking, so it goes same mind also. It has in which object you start to concentrate. Same object based things if you are evil, really there, that is order. And next one is samadhi. In dharana, you can dharana in dhyana, you can understand where how it's what I'm doing, in which object I'm concentrating. All these things. Some things happening outside. If somebody is stopping, you can keep listening there, but you are not reacting. But when you reach samadhi, everything should be crystal clear. You are all understanding where I am, what I am doing, in which object I am concentrating also. Except this one, you cannot understand anything. Yoga Sutra, the chapter says, the Tantra, the mind is filled with the truth. You start to concentrate, all the dead object is filled everywhere. Except for that, there is nothing. This is called samadhi. Another one example I will give you. This is like a crystal. Okay, if you put the red rose here, from here if you are thinking this crystal looks like a red. If you put the yellow rose from another side, you are thinking this rose looks like a red. See the kind also. In each object you start to concentrate. If it is keep reflecting the same object, it is called samadhi. One thing. And another one is when you are practicing first four limbs strategically, then only was supposed to practice next four limbs. Otherwise, you are not supposed to practice. In case if you try to practice it, you will be fail. Yoga Sutra third chapter, it says number 6 or something. Tasya visually it must be practiced stage by stage. Step by step, you have to apply. Suddenly, without learning ABCD, the alphabet, how you cannot read anything. Same. Without practicing all these things, suddenly if you try to write essay or something, so you cannot. So there is a direction. So everything has to go step.
One more question regarding the moon days, because in Ashtanga we observe the full moon and the new moon, and there is a specific number of hours before and after. Where does the number come from? Is it the Patabi Joys, or is it more like a longer Vedic tradition of the abstain from practice?
Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm also keep searching as a subject for that. That was the topic in Kyoto, Japan. Why one this we should not practice. So, when they have given the topic 2 months early, and I prefer those things, I contact many scholars in Mysore also. They also asked the time and they said there is no any kind of proof in the Vedas or Upanishads. Only one thing is Anantyayana, we are calling. Adhyanam is studying. Anantyayana is not, don't study. That is, it's one day early. After 1 year, these 3 days, you should not study because the moon is very strong. So if you study those things, you cannot keep in your mind those things. And you need break also. In older days, there was no Saturday holiday, Sunday holiday, or government holiday, like the Christmas holiday. No, only these 3 days. Because of that, we are following that. And about one day you to practice, like there is no any kind of evidence. They are telling, of course, you can practice gently, not forceful, because mind is little connected with the moon. Like a maelstrom, you can understand that if you are with the beach, waves are very strong for 2 days, 1 or 2 days a week, like that. And one who is suffering from the mind-related problem, crazy, psychic problem, you can see them on moon days. When moon days comes, they have become more energetic. When moon day is over, then they have become calm. So when you are doing forceful asana practice on moon days, you may get the energy really. So that is why in this concept they told, and there is no any kind of evidence on moon days, you should not.
And do you remember, because Sharadji, he used to mention like exactly like 15 hours before and like 10 hours after. There was this number, which I remember one of the conference.
Yes.
So it must have been either him or Patapi Joyce.
There's some there. And unfortunately, I did not attend it. I did not listen from him. Just what you are telling, that the act where I see. But I never heard it from anyone. Those things. Okay. And one more question. Yes.
It's related to your question. I was more curious, how do you practice the physics regularly? Does it change depending on the circumstances?
Of course, it has to change. If it did not change, it means there is no power in the practice. Your practice system is not good. It has to change. So, baby, when Isa as a boy, whether she knows how to talk, how to walk, how to eat. No, let us teach that. So slowly we have to grow. So don't expect everything very quickly. That is why this can I or sort of give the power that is a power say for the long time continuous basic control duties with the earliest emotion. You have to get you will get the benefit. Suddenly 1 or 2 days so the baby cannot run, cannot walk. Same thing has to go systematic. And the real practice action should change. That is called samskara. Samskara also making it perfect. Removing the negative things and filling the positive things. That is called samskara. For example, okay, if I have the habit of bad things, like drinking, smoking, like non-veg habits, after starting asana practice or after starting exam of spiritual practice, still I could not change my lifestyle. It means your practice is not in right way. After practicing long time also, if you would not be there was like of that addiction, it means your practice is not in right way. Sometimes it is difficult to tell these things. Okay, so sometimes we are very great yogis, great yogis. When we are on when we are inside of the shala, after then we are forgetting that we are yoga practitioners, especially when weekend comes, it is over. Why? This is not good. And it means I do not want to objectives according also. So it has to change. I think Polish.
Asking one last question. I understand that you have to go system by system. Right? So asana is rana is below.
Tell me,
Asana is on top, right? And then the rana. Is it?
Dhyana is over. Top. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama,
Pranayama.
Pratyahara, Dharma, Dhyana.
Correct. So asana is on top of rana, right? But for some people, the rana comes first, and for them asana is not really that important at that point. They focus more on prana. Is that possible? Do we then still have to follow that system this way? Because every individual is different. Some of us focus more inside. Some focus more on the outside.
It could be possible what you are telling because I don't have clarity there. I'm not telling what you are telling that is wrong. What I'm telling that is would be right. It's more example actually. I defend this. One day, when Guru was teaching in blind nights in school, and he was explaining about the curve, and the children did not understand because they never seen the curve. He could not. He realized let him to bring the cow to the classroom. And he brought the cow and he told, put in front of who there is a cow. And please come and touch it. Then you can realize that. So everyone became and we touched few parts of the cow, then back to that seat. And then he told, please write few lines about the cow. So as later, cow is like a stick, that touch the horn or leg. Cow is like a hoe, they touch the tail. Cow is like a ball, they touch the stomach. Nobody did not touch each and every parts of the cow. So how they can? Same here also. What kind of opinion or knowledge or information we have about yoga? It's one parampara we have. Another parampara would be there definitely, but we don't know that. So that's why in this point I can't say might is only right, what's is wrong. It could be possible because yoga is huge thing. That's possible definitely. But here I don't think so. What according to my knowledge, I don't know. That's why I never heard that. Because if, for example, in asana, we have pranayama, we have meditation. Because the three karanas should be broken, they are very there. So breathing should be there, concentration should be there. So that's why the vinyasa system, Krishnamacharya said, Vinyasa yogi, asanati, said, asana, etc. Not only asana. So, what's what you said? If they achieve something, in your government, there is some system. They get they achieve anything, it's different. Plus,
Just to find out what lakshmish is like, I think yoga is very forms. No, Ashtanga is not the only way. Some people acquire or reach towards yoga to different paths. Just like there are many religions, some can achieve that very well. But they are going through another way, doesn't mean that it is about how this was.
so I do not want to say no. That's 100% it's positive, perfect. Because we never followed that, we never studied those. Okay. So first of all, so I have to say thanks to Jolly Mata giving this opportunity to be come with us. Super. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity and my knowledge is big. And thank you so much for your beautiful support also because without your support, they can't do anything. So thank you so much for your support. So if I said anything, this might make loud. If I have said anything wrong, God has given 2 years before leaving from this door.
Yeah, to sincerely thank everyone who's been here to show your presence. It means a lot to us. And also, a big thank you to Lakshmish